Oh, that's reverb. Happy New Year, everybody. Wait, is this sound and stuff set? It is. Am I on the right thing here? I am. Okay. Dude, Count was here over an hour ago. Thank you for being here so early. And then Asamiya, Captain, and Vol were all here before the stream even started. It's always extra nice to see. So thank you for being here. And then Kazi came like the second the stream went live. And Insano and Viva almost right after. And Samite and Grabito and Kush. Happy New Year, everybody. I feel like I'm about to sneeze. Okay, it passed. Hey, what's up, Hannah? How are you? Are you feeling any better? Also, I listened to the improv. I didn't. I made a note of something. I thought of something. Well, I added to the list of notes. I'll have to. There's lots of notes. There's lots of notes. There's lots of notes. Burning up in bed? So you wait? Did you? Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right. Well, I'll provide healing music at 432 hertz. I don't know. So okay, a few things. I did some scuffed recordings yesterday as I fumbled my way through learning how to record stuff. One of them, I thought it might be a good idea to actually sort of duet with, because I've mentioned, and so that's Snowflight. I've always mentioned it feels like an accompaniment more than an actual solo piece. What's up, Nick? Happy New Year. So I have that set up. There's a few different issues, and I'm still not sure exactly how I want to do this, but still not sure. But it's at least some progress. It's better than nothing. And because I had to put this off for a while. Again, the stupid finger thing was really quite man. That was the better part of the entire last year. Well, that's a weird way to put that. The better part of last year, man, which is crazy to think about. How's the finger thing? It's much better. Oh, it almost is never noticeable. It's just yeah, it's almost never noticeable. It's almost never noticeable. And when it is, it's quite tame, maybe you could say. I actually almost have to think about it to be aware of it. So that's good, because that was such an issue. But that's just the right hand. The left hand, that's, I don't know. I'm supposed to be, oh, that actually reminds me, I need to like make a note to myself. I was supposed to have a rheumatologist call me to schedule an appointment, but they haven't called yet, so I need to see what the heck is going on. Rocket Man, nice to see you. Nice to see you around these parts. Yeah, so I did a few recordings. They each have their own sort of issues, but they were never meant to be perfect in the first place. So I just had to do them and start doing something. Oh, also I muted this track so I can't hear it. Thanks, Rocket Man. I hope you are also having a good day. I don't know if there's anything in particular that you've done. Well, if it is a good day, if there's anything you've done that's made it a good day. If it's not a good day, if there's anything that's happened that's made it not a good day. Every day doesn't need to be good. In fact, I moved away from the whole like positive thing. Now I have a deep tendency to be negative, so I am, as I talk about on stream quite a bit, I have made efforts more and more to focus on positive things, but there's a difference between just like positive all the time and like, you know, I moved away from that a while ago. Like, if things aren't going well in your life, then they're not going well. There's no reason to pretend they are. And, you know, if I were to ask how things are going, as long as you feel comfortable answering, and you're like, not too well, and they're actually not going well, and you say that, that's how I'd almost want you to answer. I don't want you to be like, I have to be happy for people. Hate pajama. Classical guitar, is it aesthetic? No, it's not aesthetic at all. It makes you look nerdy and pretentious. It's purely for ergonomics. It fits the sort of like natural position of your hand, and also makes playing up here a lot easier. So if you can imagine, if my leg's resting right here and I wanted to play here, well, my arm would be going through my leg right now. Also, Brian, what's up? In fact, it's kind of a pain in the butt. It kind of forces me to like put the mics kind of where I don't want them. Because if it's like this, it blocks off the guitar, and I don't like that because I'm still somewhat of a perfectionist, as much as I'm trying to not be. Yeah, there's a difference. If you have a major screw up, like, you can make the best of things, and it doesn't mean you don't make things better or something, but this idea that everything is great and you always have to be great, and that it's like negative things aren't bad. We're just always positive. It's like, are you? But what if... Not that everyone who says that means it in that way, but you guys know what I mean. Also, another one I noticed, it's like, hey, did you do anything special? It's like, did anyone do anything special for New Year's? Second question, did anyone do anything not special? Because I'd be just as interested to hear about something not special. That's true. Some of you were here. That's true. Some of you were here. Talarion, what's up? Nice to see you. How are you doing? Let's do this. Okay, so I'm gonna play the recording I did of Snowflight, and I'm going to play over it. I'm gonna like improvise a melody, I guess. Whoops. Where am I? What's up, Tanya? Thank you for the host. How are you doing? Maybe I should play the song. Here, I'll do this for those who aren't familiar. I'll just play the song on its own first. And then I'll play the recording. I think this one's actually the least scuffed of the recordings. Meaning like there are mistakes, but they're not recording mistakes. Like some of them have like, one of them has like a weird cut. One of them has like a jump in volume that's awkward at parts, but sorry. This one I think just has like some squeaks and stuff. Boffergus and Atham? I don't know what those are, to be totally honest. What are those, Kazi? It looks tiny pancakes. It looks Dutch. Yeah, this is an Andrew York piece, so it's like contemporary classical. It is Dutch? Okay. Thanks for the claps. Et salut Tanguy, ça va? Et bonne année. What's up? Mez Music, thank you for the kind words, and welcome to the stream, Camper. Welcome to the stream as well. Those are always super cool experiences. Andrew York is an interesting fellow. What songs did you do? Were they ensemble pieces? Bel accent français, merci. De rien. De rien. And now the version, I saw the word Legion. I read Legion while saying version. And now the version where I'm going to try to improvise something over it. Legion, thank you for the 21-month resub. With one of, right? That's one of Mimi's. Is that like a holiday themed? Yeah. Dancing emote. there's something I may go through on stream. I don't know how many people would find it interesting, but I watched a few master classes that Elliot Fisk did online, and he was going over part of a violin piece by Bach, and this chord came up. And I was like, wow, that really is. He's talking about how like sort of how gnarly it is, like, and how wild it is. He didn't use the term gnarly, but I thought it was gnarly. I thought gnarly was a good word to describe it. How wild the harmony was, how dissonant it was, and he's like describing it. And I thought about it, and it was like, it's like C, it's 1, 3, 5, C, 3, augmented fifth or sharp 5, major 7th, 9th, 11th, and I was like, oh yeah, that is weird, especially this. And I'm like, it sounds like what I've been talking about, but here's the thing. This is why I think it's maybe not even important. I do think it's important, but I think it's interesting and, well, useful. It's because I thought about it and I was like, well, where does this go? Because I'm familiar with the piece. I've read through it sometimes and I've heard it a million times. It's one of the violin sonatas. And it's like, it goes to A minor right after that. Well, what business does this have going to A minor? I'm curious, before I... And I was like, what's a better way? I was like, this is not a C major chord. Like, it kind of is, and it's ambiguous what it is. But, like, it's not... I don't think there's a right answer. But, like, what this really kind of felt like is... I mean, for one, it's probably more of C into an E of some sort. So E with a flat 9, E7 with a flat 9. The G sharp is one thing that tells you it'll go to A. And that, yeah, it sounds Spanish because there's this F natural. So if I just voice this differently, if I just had this F down here, it would sound like that. But I thought if you put the C in a different place, if you rearrange the notes, it could be this chord. And so this is an E7 chord, but with a flat 13 and a flat 9. And that goes to A minor, and I was like, what a... And I don't think, I doubt without taking the time and the years I've spent thinking about this stuff in a non-Baroque way, that I would have been able to make sense of what this, of what was going on there. Especially not that fast too, because it just struck me. I was like, no, it's just not C. This is not... Because that's like what it sort of should do. If that really is C, E, G sharp like that, it really just kind of should go to F too. But this chord Okay, so. Oh, but it's just so, I don't know. I put. It just makes me want to make that face. Some of you. Oh. Because this is. That is the Stella by Starlight chord. That's the exact chord, actually. That starts it off, except it's C. Well, it's based. It's based off of C. All right, so something that's going to be totally different than that. Snowflight. Yeah, I'll start right away. Let me do this again. Aaron. Aaron, thank you for the 5 gift subs. Hold on, did you even say anything in the stream, or are you just busting in? Just busting in with some gift subs. Yo, Rocket Man, you got a gift sub. Also, MX Habit, who was new to the stream last stream, one of the new people who was hanging out a bunch, got a gift sub too. So thank you for the gift subs. And Jam Music, welcome. Classical composers: Beethoven, Mozart. Beginner. Uh, uh, I'm a beginner. I'm assuming. Do you think it's good to start to listen to classical music? I think it's good to listen to as much as possible of as many different things as possible. Now, there's only so much time in the day, so you do have to prioritize things. But yeah, that's uh yeah, I'd say really just try to listen to as many things as possible and expand your ear, because your ear will kind of like dictate everything. Um, Also, Aaron. So yeah, I was gonna say, it was like gifting 5 subs. Man, that's pretty epic. Gifting 5 subs before even saying anything in the stream. Thank you, Aaron. I do appreciate it. That is quite the way to enter. Thank you for the claps and the support, everybody. Moonscar, what's up? And Kazi, thank you for the 100 bits. Chilling to the music, nice. Glad you're chilling. That was pretty chill. And Nick said it was a very Andrew Yorkie, melody to go over it. And that was, I think, partly by design. And like, I'm glad that happened, because I wouldn't, like, you want it to fit the song. It's a piece by Andrew York. So like, if the melody is to be like appropriate to the mood of the piece, like it should fit in that way. Not that there's something inherently better about that, but I feel like there's something to it. At least if I'm doing something like that, I tend to like to make that my intention. So a different example of this, that's sort of like a vertical example. A horizontal example I've mentioned is everybody likes the Song of Storms. Maybe the most beloved song from the Zelda series. And it just repeats. Vol, thank you for gifting a sub to JM Music. It just repeats. And that's kind of strange for a couple reasons. Well, it's sort of unfortunate, I guess, for a couple reasons. One, it's a good tune. There should be more. Also, so many of the composer who wrote the music for the Zelda series, and also things like Mario and Star Fox and a bunch of other games. A lot of the songs that are in the same like situations in the game have 2 sections to it. There's an A section and a B section. And they're related in some way. And this one only has an A section. So I thought one time, well, it's like, can I like give it a B section? And can I almost like take the, well, for you guys, can I like take the A section and like grab it and stretch out a like hypothetical B section? Go like, not to do this for the sake of tricking people, but go like have like a consequence of it hopefully be that people could possibly go, that I could like possibly trick a person into thinking, hey, did you know that Koji Kondo actually wrote this second part, but they had to cut it for like technical reasons or something like that? I would like it to be that connected and stylistically similar that would be a believable thing. Again, not for the sake of tricking a person, but so as almost like proof or something that it's that coherent. Also, Panda, what's up? Thank you for the 100 bits. And Vol, thank you for gifting out 5 more subs, one specifically to Aaron. Thank you for the support. On to level 3 of the hype train. And Kazi, thank you for the meme 420 bits. Love Koji's music? Yeah, probably one of my... Welcome, Razor. Probably one of my biggest... Well, video game music influences, but just musical influences. So what I did was this, and I made sure, like any good video game tune, it must loop back into itself. So see if you can spot the similarities and motivic, I don't know, things that were grabbed. Oh my gosh, count. I haven't done this in a while. Oops. It should be like this. And it would keep repeating. I played it up a little higher just to make some stuff clear because it was kind of muddy down here. Is it Razor? I did the same, playing stuff by ear a lot of time, a whole bunch of video game music and other stuff too. But it was like I turn into and then I turn into so rhythmically it's exactly the same and the direction of everything is the same even if the intervals aren't the same. The direction is, or sorry, the direction isn't the same, the direction is the exact opposite. Ooh, actually, there they go in the same direction. And this brings it back to D minor, and you can just start again. Unforgiven 2? No, I can't do that. I'm sorry. For a few different reasons, but it's just, I just can't. I appreciate the gift subs, but I just can't. But, But thank you for the support and helping with that hype train And thank you everyone who contributed. And to those who did not contribute, that's okay, because you still are able to help out just by being here. Even just watching helps support a stream. So, yeah. So, I don't know. That's I guess what I. that's what I have to sort of say about that. Oh, I should have played Recuerdos while the stream was down for Guitar Shredder. I'll spare him. That's right. I gave up song requests a long while ago. I gave him up a long time ago. I don't do that anymore. It's not the man I am. It's not who I choose to be. Doesn't matter if I like it or not. There's no going back now. All right. Slightly different mood. I just wanted to see how it felt. All right. No, I don't want to. I don't want to butt bot. If people want it like in theirs, that's fine. But I'm not having it. And I am very familiar with the butt bot. Microtonal? I mean, not really. Maybe it was this sound that gave you the... That was more sharp 11. No, I know. It was not more sharp. It was exactly a sharp 11 in this skew. I was saying that's what I thought. That was my guess as to what maybe made you, motivated you to be curious about what it would sound like for me playing something microtonal. Also, yeah, I don't know if that was Turkish from Sevi Miliari. It looked, when I first saw it, I know it wasn't. Ice chat'deki herkes karal herkes. I was like, what is this? These sounds are somewhat... I was like, it reminded me of Armenian, but I know it wasn't. And I was like, See, okay, yeah, because hola, Annie. ¿Qué pasa? And Mark, good evening. And Gigi, if it is Gigi. Sabani, welcome to the stream. Feliz Año Nuevo. No, I don't have perfect pitch. I have a pretty darn good ear, if I'm being totally honest. Weird things happen sometimes. Weird things happen. Not found the courage? It's okay. It takes a lot of experimentation. Speaking of, making mistakes and stuff and fumbling your way through things. Actually, the number of times I've actually glued my fingers together and just had glue all over my finger. I mean, I just spent years and years and years and years and years trying all sorts of stuff and tearing at my fingers. Roland Dien's in my repertoire, no. Although what you heard was actually his arrangement of that Nazien. But I have a book right here of his arrangements of some other stuff, but just no. Perhaps it's at some point, but at the moment, I do not. Yeah, I felt like that piece was sort of a Brouwer, no major works. Although again, at some point, there's a lot. I moved away the route of the sort of purely classical guitar thing some years ago. You have to make priorities in life on all sorts of levels. You can't play every piece by a certain composer, and you can't. I mean, I guess you can, but you have to give up certain things. You can't play every piece for your instrument, and you can't play if you. As you expand, you get less focus, right? It's a pretty simple concept. I have. My interests were just far too. Not that my interests. I can't say that my interests were far too were wider than other people's, but it seems like I've acted. I've prioritized um, focusing on some of the widen interests. Like I play the piano a lot. Most of my guitar friends don't do anything with the piano ever. So and I improvise a whole lot, and most of just the musicians I know don't do that at all. At least not in this way. So I've had to, yeah, Guitar Shredder does nothing, and he's given up that, but what he's gained is an increased repertoire and knowledge and technique of this instrument that I don't have. That's what I made the decision. It was quite the conscious decision to give that up, to give up what he's been able to do, because it was important enough for me. It just was important enough for me to have that sort of other thing. Well, I don't mean give up in the sense of like try, but I mean in this, you made decisions where that ended up being something you didn't have. Yeah. But because you're right. You're right. So it's just what we got to do. Because I wish I could play, basically every piece on guitar and also every piece on piano too and organ. And I'd love to play the cello and be a virtuoso violin player as well. And I'd really just like to, and also, be able to fluently speak every single language ever. And, so, but it's like, I don't even know if I need to say more. Kind of music do I usually play or listen to? All sorts of stuff. I don't know if I can. It's hard to say. I can maybe say some of the more, perhaps atypical stuff. Maybe, and maybe I can play some. It's like I really like Renaissance music, Renaissance and medieval music, both vocal and instrumental music. I love it. Like I listen to a lot of it. But it depends on it just depends on the situation. It's really hard to say. And I don't mean that in the sense of like I listen to everything except for country and rap. It's like, do you? Do you actually? John Dallin is one of my all-time favorite composers. In fact, I have 6 songs with accompaniment sitting right in front of me that I still I need to just work on. Like I just opened up to Can She Excuse My Wrongs? Can she excuse my wrongs with virtue's cloak? Shall I call her good when she proves unkind? Are those clear fires which vanish into smoke? Must I praise the leaves where no fruit I find? I never heard Frank do that stuff. I haven't looked at these. I think the last time I looked at these was maybe like a week ago. And even then it wasn't much, but again, that's what I mean. They're super fun though. And then there's a bunch of his fancies. This one right here. There's man, there's all sorts of stuff. There's just too much. There's just too much. So I'm always going to be lacking in some way, which I think some people, especially on Twitch, well, I say especially on Twitch because that's where I experience it the most. Someone comes in and goes like, they have this one thing in mind, especially if it's something close to them, and they're like, "Hey, do this," or "Hey, do you know about this?" And it's like, "I don't," and they're like, "How do you not know about this?" And it's like, well, that's a foolish question, but I know what you mean. It's like, well, because I don't, but how familiar are you with, like, I don't know, Guillaume de Machaut? Like, he's one of the, and it's like, who? What? It's like, I don't know, one of the greatest composers ever, probably. Like, but I'm not gonna go to you and be like, how do you not know? Like, or Dufay. The same name too. Well, first name. Or Joscan, or Palestrina, or Dowland, or any of these people who I'm sure most of the people who would scoff at you for not, knowing their favorite band or musician or something would know. It's but there's only so much you can do. There's just only so much you can do and know. And everybody's, and it's not just music. Everybody's gaps in experience and knowledge is so much larger than what they know and experience. The number of languages and stuff you don't know versus what you do know dwarfs just what you know. The amount of music that exists dwarfs what you've heard and will ever hear and will ever play. The amount of places that exist will dwarf where you'll ever travel to. The number of people that, well, I can't say the number of people that have ever existed because that's not fair. Although kind of, it is something to think about. But let's not even take into consideration the people from the past, but the people who just exist now. You're not even going to be able to see. You're not even going to be able to be within the radius of even, like, these words are just general, but like a small percentage. Like, you just, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to become pretty knowledgeable about one super specific thing. One super specific thing. And that's quite the achievement. To, by the end of your life, by the end of just decades and decades, becoming quite knowledgeable about one thing. One thing. And everything else, and like the more you do that, it's like oftentimes at the expense of just you just can't do it all. It's like I'm just not gonna. So I think that's. I think it's something important to realize. For one, to give yourself a break if you're trying to do a bunch of things, and also to give other people a break if you expect too much of them. I pay my mods $150 an hour. And they get a bonus, $1,000 bonus for every person they ban. Especially, and then it's an extra $1,000 on top of it if their name begins with the letter S and ends with 3 numbers. I am a child. I have like, my impulse control is like not where I'd like it to be in life. Hire you? Okay. There's an initial, you actually have to pay an initial fee though. It's like the opposite of a sign up, but like a sign on bonus. Like Fair, you know how they got that sword? paid me $1 million. Cash. Didn't even report it to the government. That's right. Cold hard cash. That's right. That's where the real money in streaming is. So. All right. Everything I just said was false. All right. Here's some music on the guitar. Here's a Fantasia by an anonymous Italian Renaissance composer. Happy New Year, kids. That's right, I added a totally real fake fireplace to go along with the real fake Christmas tree that replaced the real fake ficus, which will be back after January 6th. He was sad. It's an E minor. Yeah, there's definitely a gravity. There's definitely some weight to it. I wish I was more comfortable with it, but again, I don't have time to practice all these pieces. Again, in terms of things you have to give up, it's another sacrifice. The salt lamps are real. Real Himalayan salt. That's right. This Pavon by Luis Milan is, well, this is Spanish. And I get, this is not as heavy, but it kind of gives me a similar vibe. Well, actually, maybe we can transfer through another Spanish composer, Diego Pisador. Lick test is proven. I've actually never licked them. I told a friend who kept telling me to lick them. I told him, 15,000 subs, I'll lick the salt lamp. So that's the sub goal. 15K subs. Schnaff is also, well, even that name's not real. So, what is real? Man, what's even real, man? Question. Did anybody see the new Matrix movie? Who also saw the previous 3 Matrix movies? If so, no spoilers, but did it make sense? Is it worth seeing? It's not worth seeing. I figured it, like, Is there any way to explain why, without giving, it's like a little game, without giving away any spoilers? I certainly liked the original 3. First one the most, second the second most, and the third one not so much. But I felt like they were all necessary to have the story like be complete. So I tried to see it that way. There was no, like, I don't think it's a good idea to try to actually compare the third Matrix movie to the first one, if that makes sense. It mostly makes sense, but also doesn't, and was entirely unnecessary. I felt like when I heard that they were making a new one, I was like, what? And I said this to someone yesterday. I was like, after seeing the first 3, there's no need for a 4th movie. There just wasn't, but I mean, they say it's better. The new Spider-Man is better than the Matrix. I haven't seen the new Spider-Man. Man, I don't see that many movies. I don't really have anyone to go see movies with. It's a moneymaker. Yeah, exactly. All right, this Pavon by Luis Milan. I actually skipped 2 beats. I'm a little distracted by something, but Valhalla. Um, nope. IR1 reverb. It's oh, popped up over there, so you guys get to see it. Convolution reverb. Suspended on the 5. No. It can I play some waltz? Like W-A L-Z, T-Z. It's not really the 5. The key of this is not so clear. So if you as you listen to more and more Renaissance music, you start to hear these types of things that, I mean, for one, like a half cadence is a thing, but that's not what's happening here. This is a common thing. And there are a few ways there's a few ways, he could have done. There's what would be a good one? Not sounds like 4, 5, 1. Well, a couple things. What's up, dude? Tina, dude. I was watching XQC. Every time he says dude, which is all the time. But sometimes when he does it really ridiculous, I just think of you. Well, the thing is, yes, it tends to feel like E minor for the most part. There's a D natural here, and like, yeah, this is like a G major chord, but it's not so simple. Like, it's not so simple. It's hard to. Does it have to be sensible? Well, it doesn't have to be, but the thing is, it is sensible. It's just to whose sensibilities are you like thinking in terms of? Because oftentimes, if you don't, this may come across as perhaps insulting or something, but I maybe have to make some assumptions. But if you haven't, what many people tend to do is get some, learn about Roman numeral analysis and learn about harmonic function and stuff like that, particularly focusing on a lot of times music of the Baroque and classical. I mean, so much of like what we did in school was we'd harmonize Bach chorales, right? And this is going to be post what we're playing here. Local Trash Panda, thank you for the raid. I like the name. Hello, Claire. I was actually thinking about waking you up for your sake, but I was like, Claire's an adult. I won't wake her up. The sensible, which is the 7 in the minor scale. I know. I mean, it is. It's all. So this is. There's a modal sense to a lot of this stuff. and there's also very specific, well, if we want to keep using the word, like, sensibilities to all of these things, like these, because we say like the Renaissance, but like that's a really big time period, and there's a lot of composers in it, and there's a lot of different areas, like geographical areas. What's up, local Trash Panda? Thank you for the raid. I do appreciate it. Welcome to the stream. But we learn about practices. We're typically learning about analysis, musical analysis, post these practices, and then trying to retroactively apply them and analyze it through a lens that the people weren't looking through. And so, Luis Milan is not thinking about a 7 chord. He's not thinking about a 7 chord in the key of E minor. Like, literally, that's not what's happening. Those things don't exist yet. That way of thinking literally doesn't exist. A lot of it is dealing with, again, with modes and scales and hexachords and things like this, and trying to get those things to fit a lot of times horizontally. And it ends up creating these sounds that we can now go back and, we can look at the notes and go like, yeah, G, B, D. So yeah, this is a G major chord. There's a B in the bass. So in first inversion or something. They don't seem to go out of diatonic chords. Usually, it depends. They do things like secondary dominant chords. It depends on where they're going. When I did this, they did that. This part is my favorite because of the way the voices weave. So if you go, and there's a cadence to D, which is the 5 of G, which if we think about this in E minor, that's the relative major, but they're still not thinking about things that way. There's things like, they're thinking about it kind of more like this sometimes, especially when choosing these notes. This cadence, like these voices in the cadence, have their own names. We watched the whole thing on cadences, and we've talked about this before. This is its own thing. Whoops. Without this. So we had a C natural before. And that's why I really tried to, when I was playing it, make sure to make that clear, because it can be easy for that to, well, not be clear. Maybe it sounds like you're playing an A major chord. Dun, 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 dun. But it's not that, it's... The top voice is going da, 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 and the middle voice goes da 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 da. Or actually da 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 da. The middle voice da 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 da. Well, I mean, we can, a jazz guy, I mean, that's fine. I was just talking about sort of analyzing a chord in a solo violin work by Bach through a jazz lens, looking at this as actually, perhaps functionally, as an E7 chord with a flat 13 and a flat 9, revoiced as like this. Sorry, the dog's barking. It's not just a plan. I promise I'm moving out of here. Analyzing as a chord on its own. Well, that's the thing. We can't do that, especially not in especially not in this context. I mean, like, you can do whatever. I mean, you can do whatever you want. You wouldn't be in the mind of the composer at that point, and you wouldn't be. You'd be thinking about it differently. It'd be very difficult. It can be more difficult to understand what's going on, and yeah, it can make things more difficult. Well, there's a couple of things. Chords are meant to progress. They're in context, but also, especially because of how much of this is based on these actual voices doing very specific things. The C7 in Leander is in a C7 chord. Oh, this one. It's a German augmented 6, yeah, because it has the 5th here. Italian, German, French. Although Leander does have a French augmented 6th. There. It goes, that's a French augmented 6 chord. And out of context, you may say, well, that's a C7 chord, the flat 5. And like, yeah, kind of, but it's like, yes, those are the pitches, but actually kind of not really. As opposed to like, this is kind of annoying on the guitar, but so like this C sharp isn't raising up to G like that. The C isn't going down to this F. We don't have the E isn't staying in the same place. So they're doing. I really wanted the G and the A there, but I want this. But I don't have Elliot's hands. Rich, what is up, dude? How are you feeling? I saw you got a zinger, right? A zinger box? Or a... I just forget the name. You know what? In my song, that's right, my song, I Only Know there's actually a French augmented sixth chord. Wait, where is it? How does it? Oh. If anyone's noticed. But that's what I said. That's what I said. A jazz player would go, well, that's a, in this case, they'd be like, well, that's G7 with a flat 5. But it's like, in this context, though, it's not. Like, technically, you're spelling out the letters that produce these pitches, but it doesn't have that function. This is a French augmented sixth chord. Again, this would be, if I did this, that's the function of a G7 chord with a flat 5. Something more like that. Whoops. So they're way different. I mean just like how an F sharp major chord isn't a G flat major chord. Like they're just not the same. I mean you can start to it can kind of be useful at times to be able to sort of make those connections a little bit, especially if you go wild and your harmony becomes less functional, less diatonic. I mean, if you're like moving all over the place, and Jesus Christ, and you wanna, well, music theory is it's just a lot. It's like everything. It's not just one. It's not just one thing, and it never stops too. But if you're starting, I don't know. What if we? I'm trying to think of like actually. If we start here, what's up? How are you doing? Oh, because I started somewhere different. I started here last time, right? Well, it's like, what were the chords I went through? One was an eighth. I mean, we can reduce it to some, we can do a couple things. One is thinking about it in a sort of simple sense starting out. For one, it was some sort of A flat chord, major chord. These were all major chords of some sort. And if I'm doing this, I'm kind of thinking about these one by one, where it's like I'm just thinking A flat for a while, and whatever's happening in A flat. And then, so this may be a C, well not maybe, this is a C right now. But this could be right after B sharp and F sharp. And move over to all of a sudden switching over to a sharp way of thinking about things. For one, I tend to think of this as F sharp more often than G flat. And then this becomes, this is no longer an A sharp but a B flat. Or sorry, oh no, I guess it's actually an A sharp both times. And maybe this is a D flat of some sort. But like if we didn't do that, maybe this is still a G flat. And we think about it differently. And we go like, but now we're still jumping from G flat to E. So somewhere along the way, we're gonna have to make some jump that is not gonna make sense. We're not gonna be able to keep it. We're not gonna be able to stay in one area of the circle of fifths. It's just not gonna happen. It's not gonna smoothly work. It can be kind of weird to do at first, but I felt like personally, the more and more I do this type of stuff, it can actually be quite liberating and can even help being like thinking in a particular key. Because then you don't get locked into being like, oh, I feel real comfortable in this one key, which I mean can still happen, but like if you're used to just like jumping around and switching sometimes from chord to chord, what the like palette is available to you in the form of, you know, the key signature. Well, then if you're just in there the whole time, that's no problem. So I don't know if that made any sense, but Mr. Hayes, Happy New Year. How are you doing? But so there's a couple concepts I feel like simultaneously going on. One is to both attempt to, as often as you can, look at things through the context of like that time period and that style, if you can. That'll give you certain insights. But then you'll also get certain insights by looking at things through other lenses. And that can all sort of be summed up in something that I just sort of feel like I see in life everywhere, which is having as many modes of processing information as you can have, the better things are going to turn out. You'll be able to learn things faster, understand things better, memorize things quicker, faster, recall things better, make more connections. Like it's just better if you can do. Few months away from getting a new place. That's exciting. For one, it's just exciting, but especially if you're gonna have a place to play and you don't have to man, I've never been in the position ever where I haven't been able to play music in the same place where I sleep. Also, Hitchy, what's up? I didn't see you there. I was on a little bit of a rant, but hopefully that was helpful or somewhat informative or something for at least one person. If not, then I apologize. I did want to get back to something. I did want to play. I did want to do two things. Well, play one thing to do two things. One main thing, but I've played this on stream before. One person? Okay, that's good. Thank you, Paul. And GG2, cool. Okay, I mentioned Joscan. Melee regrets. Who knows how you actually pronounce it. Very short. This is 2 minutes long. 2 minutes and 2 seconds. For one, there's a chord progression here that if I played this on the piano like I'm doing now, you'd probably think it maybe like came from a pop song. And if I change the rhythm too slightly and change some stuff, it would really sound like. It's not quite the progression. It's not. It's not that. It's close. It's a half step off. It's a half step off, but it's pretty close. But he does that in the end. But the reason I thought about it was that this is how he ends. He does this. This is a different composer writing in a different style from a different place, and it's getting at some of these different this is a sound you will hear, and like the more you listen to this, like these are it's just a different, there's a different sensibility present. Joscan was a super genius. And so we can try to think about even just those last three chords and be like, what is, because they're thinking so much in terms of cadences. Like, cadence is not how we think about cadences. Cadences are way more, it's kind of a generalization. So for anyone who's like, actually, it's like, chill out. But they're, so much of these phrases are like built up by little cadences. It's not like the cadences are all just like, oh, they're like in between. Like, we don't, it doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be this big thing for it to be a cadence. They're just, but it's how much of so much of this is built up. To give you an example, that was a cadence. There was a cadence right here. Another cadence. Another cadence. Another cadence. Another cadence. So they're just like all over the place, and this is dictating like so much of what's going on. And so if we just try to think about it through the lens of like musical styles that are coming afterwards, we're missing so much of what's going on. We'll probably be able to, we may be able to find patterns and stuff, but we're gonna be missing. We're gonna be missing, like, as you go more and more into it, you're gonna be missing more and more of the finer details, I guess, is part of what I'm getting at. They do, and they give it so much of its authentic quality. You know, I oftentimes give the example of Spanish music or flamenco, and how without its authentic qualities, it can be reduced to like and it's like if you're not looking through sort of, if you're looking through a different lens, you may actually hear them be like, well, what's the problem with that? Sounds like flamenco to me. And it's like all the details are gone. It lacks all the resolution that gives it character. It gives it authentic character and what makes it like really special. And there's only one aspect of it that's being captured, and that's harmonically thinking 1, flat 7, 6, I mean flat 6, I guess, if you want, 5. That's the only detail. And everything is based on a single detail instead of all the other things that make it important. Everything about the rhythm, everything about what you could call, I guess, like the modes. Everything about the articulation, everything about the actual harmonies, everything about the culture, I guess you could say, the dances, the history, all of that is gone, and it's just 4 numbers are what it's reduced down to. And so it's not that it's bad to think about these 4 numbers, but there can be, I guess, you don't want to just do that. Unless you do want to just do that, in like which case there's not actually anything like wrong with that. You may be like, I don't care about flamenco, and it's like, all right, fair enough. You can do for comedy? Oh, what it's like, I can't. I mean, that was almost like, to me, that was kind of comedic. That was pretty comedic. Like, there's just nothing there. Except for the chord, like, numbers. 1, 7, 6, 5. And the chord quality is minor, major, major, major. That's it. So perhaps like, if we just even take the chords versus something like versus and I don't even have that, you know. And that's not even a very detailed picture. So all right. Spanish. One second. Okay. I thought my nail was chipped. What's up, Type Delete? Happy New Year. How are you doing? Also, welcome back, username. I'm glad to hear the tips on the guitar have helped out. I don't know if there's any in particular you maybe helped out more that maybe helped out more than others. But it's funny you mentioned that, Vol, because I was gonna say after this that I feel more uncomfortable than normal playing. Probably because I'm going so long in between playing, it's difficult to get warmed up. I actually haven't done all that much playing. I've been doing a lot of talking about stuff. But hopefully it has worth to people. Like there's also, I don't feel physically very, like my hands don't feel very comfortable playing. I also have quite a few things on my mind. Some good, some bad, some neither, but so that always takes away focus and stuff, but something else Spanish, another piece by Tárrega that I do less often. Led to more awareness in the playing, perhaps. Like it would make sense to, yeah, just my fingers are just not landing on the strings, I guess you could say. They're not going where they're supposed to. And I feel my brain's like not thinking ahead. Everything kind of feels like this. Instead of fluid, it's like, oh, I need to be here, and then here. Romance? Perhaps. Not at the moment. I don't do song requests, so it just wouldn't be fair to do that right now. Although, I wonder if there's some singing stuff I could do. Although when I was trying to just sing, oh my gosh, when I was trying to just sing one of the notes, I just like couldn't keep the pitch steady. Like, where that's a feature, that's the feature in nothing I sing. I don't want that to be a feature in anything. All right, I'm sorry. That's what everybody sounded like on old recordings. Everybody was just singing while punching their throat and holding their nose. Man, if it's someone's first time in the stream and that's just what they're hearing, I apologize. Unless you like it, in which case, you're welcome. Hey, thanks, Rubber Toe. Perhaps we could do some of the stuff we left off on last time that we didn't do. I never got around to like doing the Nick Drake thing because that person rudely interrupted. Or was that even the stream before it? And was upset that this was not a classical music stream. I went to play a Nick Drake song. Hey, Huntbeer, what's up? Nice to see you. And this person came in, and they have the word piano in their name, and I clicked on their name. They have a piano as their icon. It's all fancy. They have a piano as their banner and all this stuff. And they're like, oh, I thought this was a classical stream. And I was like, yeah, but I do other stuff. It's like, well, that's weird that you have it advertised as this, but you're not doing classical stuff. And I was like, yeah, chill out. And I was like, I do this stuff, and I tried to explain. It's like, well, play the good. And I was like, I have the guitar, and I do classical stuff. And it's like, well, then play it then. And I was like, geez. And I think Count banned them. I think Count banned him at that point. And then I went and I ranted, and I connected. I angrily connected Nick Drake to Bach because this intro is very, on its own. And so I connected it to the first cello suite, which, if you think about the harmonies, does this. So it essentially does the same thing, but just instead of a minor key, it does it in a major key. It has the same chord functions over the tonic as the pedal. So maybe I'll do this. So also, May, hello, nice to see you. Exactly. Some people are lovely. Some people are just so lovely. I don't know why people feel the need, like. Also, is this stream actually like advertised? Because this person didn't even see the classical like message, like command. Like, I know I say like classical stuff and I bring it up because that's like the largest influence for me, but like, is there anywhere that says like I have a classical tag? Yeah, but there's also an acoustic tag, right? And a musician tag? I don't have to just do those things, like what's the deal? Also, why the anger? Why, like, where's the anger coming from? Like, bro, let me do my thing, like, which includes me cracking my ankle. There you go. And probably messing up. Yeah, exactly. There's an English tag. Why aren't you? Also, I'm speaking right now, not playing music. There's no talking tag. Oh, it's not an ouch. It's very relieving to do. Exactly. Don't you have a word to show what may be done? Have you never heard a way to find the sun? Tell me all that you may know. Show me what you have to show. Won't you come and say if you know the way to blue? Have you seen the land living by the breeze? Can you understand a light among the trees? Tell me all that you may know. Show me what you have to show. Tell us all today if you know way to blue. Look through time and find your rhyme. Tell us what you find. We will wait at your gate, hoping like the blind. Can you now recall all that you have known? Will you never fall when the light has flown? Tell me all that you may know. Show me what you have to show. Won't you come and say if you know the way to blue? A couple things. Yeah, listening to too much Nick Drake can possibly lead to depression. Also, I love that the BTTV thing automatically picked up on the capitalized Drake and filled it in with the emote. Oh my gosh. Because I was wondering for a second, I was like, why did, my brain noticed the emote first, and I was like, what? And I was like, okay. For a split second, I was like, why is Huntbeard doing this? I'm glad you guys liked it. Also, the impossible name. The impossible name. Nataruj? Nataruj. Nataruj. Not Naruto. Naruto. Juratan. It's backwards. Juratan. Nat, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Infamous name. Okay, we'll do one more Nick Drake song just so it's like Humpier said. We don't want to do too many. Or else we got to be careful. Can you jam along? Of course. Why is this in tune? The last time I played it probably was with a capo on it. That's probably why. Probably because I was going to do a Nick Drake song, and I probably never did it. Okay. All right. I like how this one just tells a little story. I want to write a song that just tells a story like this. Deep down in the depths of forgotten dreams, so far away, so long ago it seems. The memory comes of a distant beach, the pale sun stretching far from reach. It was then I found my princess of the sand. As I traced the foam with the pebbles beneath my feet, I looked behind and I saw this one so sweet. She came to me and I saw in her eyes the heavy toll of 1,000 sighs. I called her my princess of the sand. She stared at me and my mind was in a maze. As we moved along in a summer sea dream haze, she moved her mouth, but it made no sound. The message she brought can never be found, but I called her my princess of the sand. One moment we walked with the night breeze in our face. Then I looked, she'd gone, of her presence there was no trace. Where she went or came from, who can know, or if she'll ever return to help me know who she is, my princess of the sand. Someday when the summer nights come back, I'll go back to the sea and I'll follow that sand sweat track. I'll look around and I'll hope to find that strange young dream close behind. I'll call her my princess of the sand. Very nice Munchie Crunch. Very nice. Hello, Mark. Rubber Toe, that is, I think that's actually an impossible question for me to answer for a couple different reasons. I've been playing music since, pretty much before I was like, I don't know, sort of like conscious of stuff. So I don't, so in that sense, it's like, it's almost impossible. Two, there's all sorts of different influences. So it's almost like trying to do a scientific experiment, you know, trying to pinpoint one, but you have like multiple variables and you only do the experiment once and you go, okay, which variable caused this to happen? And you're like, I don't know. It's like, it was a really poorly done, it was like this worst experiment ever. Like, what did you had one trial. You had one trial and like you didn't like what. But what I can't but there's another way to think about it. So there's that to it. Okay, but something to also Nat. Thank you. I'm gonna say Nat because I don't know how to say it. I'm gonna say Nat. And hopefully that's okay. I can say that there was a piece of music that really inspired me to put in a lot of hard work, which I think is necessary to do things that are particularly difficult, especially ones that don't give you a lot of immediate gratification, instant gratification. And that was the chaconne from the second partita in D minor, the second violin partita in D minor by Johann Sebastian Bach. And his music has been particularly influential and continuously inspirational, and is part of the reason why he sits on my desk over there. He's just particularly special. So that's maybe an answer I can give. It's also why he exists in the form of an emote in this channel. And that's some Star Wars. I'm also gonna do this too because I did actually do this the last stream, but I wasn't feeling the best about it. So I want to see if I can, and I really like it. So enjoy the answer. Thanks. For those of you who've been around long enough, if you're surprised by the inability for me to just give a straight answer, I don't know what to tell you. For the new people, I'm also not sure what to tell you, but you'll have to listen to it. Yeah, it's originally for violin. I heard it. I remember hearing. So I was in band. I played clarinet. I started when I was like 7. I played it actually all the way up through college, although I never took it very seriously. And our band teacher had us do an arrangement for band. And he made sure he did something that I thought was very smart and he should have done more of because he rarely did this. He had us listen to the violin version, the original. And then also he played a recording of Segovia playing it. And I was like, what is this? I went home and I found the tabs and I tried to play it and I couldn't get past the second chord. I literally couldn't play the third chord. In the wrong key, it's this. Oh, this sounds bizarre. But it was fingered differently and I didn't know anything about music, so I didn't have, it was fingered like this. And with poor technique and an inability to know what the hell is going on, I literally couldn't play this chord. So I literally couldn't get past the second chord. Hilary Hahn is one of my favorite interpreters of Bach on the violin in particular. For me, that's what I feel like she does the best. All right, take care, Rocket Man. It's always nice to see you. Thank you for being here. So, I don't know, maybe I can read through it after this. I did want to do this song though. Now, this is totally different. And I love this song. But for a totally different reason, a totally different way, and is it? Just wanted to check something. Should I give a little? I feel like I should give a little background on it. I feel like that always makes music better. I feel like so many of you have heard the little thing before. It's what really drew me to this song. I had always heard this song and I thought I'd never listened to words. And when I do, I don't pay attention to them. I always kind of knew the chorus. So all I knew of this song was I've seen fire and I've seen rain. That's all I knew. The rest was... And I was like, oh, that James Taylor dude is corny and my mom likes him. So he's extra corny. And I mentioned before, and we showed it on stream, I became obsessed because I got a recommended video of him playing when he was really young, like 21 or something. 21, 22, something like that. And there was something in his eyes. I was like, whoa, this dude is not corny. This dude's like seen some stuff, but he's so young. And he sang this in like a way that I was just mesmerized. And there was another video on the side instantly recommended of him explaining it's part of an interview and him explaining the meaning of it. And this song is like the opposite of cheesy. Well, I wouldn't say the opposite of cheesy because it's not this, but I always thought this was like, I don't know, I didn't think it was like as sort of sad as it was, but it's about he chunked it into 3 different things where it's also not completely sad. It just goes through a few different things. But the first part is him finding out about his girlfriend. He's recording stuff in the UK. He's from the US, goes to the UK, records stuff, and then finds out afterwards his family and friends wait so that he finishes recording stuff to not distract him, to tell him that his girlfriend took her own life. And he finds out and he's confused. And then he goes through, he had terrible issues with drugs, and like really hard drugs like heroin, and almost lost his own life. Went to a rehab place that's actually kind of close to me, in Massachusetts, and that's what the second part's about. Just like trying to hold on to something. And the third part is afterwards having some sort of hope and like moving on. And I was like, jeez, dude. As our friend XQC would say. And Vol put it, the eyes of that sad resignation. I sometimes like to, I don't know, I guess like channel some of that. It like feels more authentic or something, but. Just yesterday morning, they let me know you were gone. Suzanne, the plans they made put an end to you. Walked out on this morning and I wrote down this song. I just can't remember who to send it to. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You've got to help me to make a stand. got to see me through another day. My body's aching and my time is at hand, and I won't make it any other way. I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again. Been walking my mind to an easy time with my back turned towards the sun. Lord knows when the cold wind blows, it'll turn your head around. There's hours of time on the telephone line to talk about things to come. Sweet dreams and flying machines in pieces on the ground. Well, now I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you somehow one more time again now. Thought I'd see you one more time again. There's just a few things coming my way this time around now. Thought I'd see you, fire and rain. Na 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 na. What an unfortunate blemish. For future reference, if anyone has a, comes in with anything nonsense, religious, political stuff like that, just don't even. It's not the place to be open to that kind of thing. Hunt Beer. Is that documentary like easily accessible? What's up, Ajax? Happy New Year. Is it on like YouTube or Netflix or anything? There's going to be a lot in this too. And this is, I wouldn't call it sight reading, but it kind of is. I can't remember the last time I read this. Plus there's no fingerings written out. It also goes on for quite a while. This is a piece originally for solo violin. I'm reading out of this is the violin, not manuscript, but it's what they call an text. So this is from a German publisher. There's nothing here. It's just what you would have seen from Bach's handwriting, just in modern sort of font printed out. But I shall do my best to extract out on Amazon. Oh, nice. That means I have access. I shall try to extract out the important things. Extract out as much as I can without having all the technical things at my disposal, perhaps you could say. Whoops. Something about the piece, it fits, there's a common bass line that goes throughout it. There's a descending bass line and also a common chord progression, but you'll hear that it's not theme and variations, but it has that, it kind of has that feeling to it. You know, I said it was a chaconne, and a chaconne is a type of, it is a type of piece. And so you will, I mean, this, it's essentially going to follow this. I mean, really, I should do this. So that's like really what the whole thing is going to be based on. 8 measures, the first 8 measures. And really, that 8 measures is split up into 4 measures. So it's pretty much like 4 measures of material becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pages. $259 measures. It's going to be like, I don't know, 18 minutes or something. Or that face? Because that was like 20 minutes of pure pain. I despised that. I can't tell you how much I hated how much I just played that. And I wanted to stop from the very beginning. And I forced myself through it, and it got no better. And my fingers weren't doing anything I wanted them to do. So stupid. I should not have done that. Especially because I was saying earlier how I couldn't even, like, I wasn't even feeling comfortable playing simple stuff. So stupid. I don't know why I did that. I just set myself up for failure. That was such a bad idea. And I can see what it's supposed to sound like, and none of it was supposed to... I wish I could tell you what it's... I can't even tell you what it's supposed to sound like. I, like, literally don't have the physical ability to do that. It would take way too long. I'd have to dissect each part. And it would take a lot of patience on the listener's part. And I can see what's supposed to happen. I don't know why I do this to myself sometimes. I'll have to think about it. I'll have to think about it more, because we have patience, some of you, but think about how long it took me to just hack through it. And then think about how much longer it would take for me to dissect each part of this. And then is that really even getting across what I'm trying to get across? I just want to say the things. I don't even want to talk. I just want to say the things. So much. can't even sing all this stuff at once. It's like 3 things going on. All right, I need to stop. I need to get out of here. Happy New Year, Johan. Sorry, I just, man. And hello, Ions. Happy New Year. This might... I know we didn't do the ending song, but I just kind of I went the whole stream and I was fine, and then it just took one thing. It's okay. It certainly doesn't feel okay. Let's do this. Copy these. We're gonna go over to Meadow Fox's stream. I apologize for ending so abruptly. Just not happy with myself in my plan. I don't know why. I'll have to, I don't know, analyze myself. I don't know. She's playing heart music. So, but thank you all for being here. Again, I'm sorry. It's Sunday, so I'll be back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll do better. And oh, let me actually do the command first. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just have to think about some stuff. But thank you for being here. I'll be back tomorrow. I hope to see you then. Let's say hey to Meadow. Take care, everybody.